Hi, welcome to part 3 in this little series of getting this old pipe wrench fixed up and put back together. In this one, we're going to get this guy heated up and straightened back up so the jaws will line up like they're supposed to, and get a template made for the bracket that holds the nut and the adjustable jaw. Be a good bit of work in getting the template made and the piece cut and bent and everything. I don't know if I'll get to the welding in this one or not, but I really want to get this thing straightened up because this is going to be a lot of work. So let me get the camera off the stand there and I'll show you what we have going on here and we'll go from there.
Here's what we're looking at. So I have the wrench inverted and I have the boss of the jaw is locked underneath the jaws of the vise. And then where the hole is for the bracket to get pinned to the wrench, I've got a punch shoved through there. So see, the jaw is square. The jaw of the vise is square with the jaws of the pipe wrench, and you can see how far that handle's leaning that way. So the way it'll work is we'll be pulling this way. The jaws on the wrench are locked underneath the jaws of the vise here, and the vise is pretty tight, and then this pin going through here will help hold this and keep the whole setup from kind of rolling down and just sliding into vise jaws because there's really not much teeth on there. So and here's an example of how it's locked in. You can see how it's raised like that. It's this shoulder here that's locked in under here. So I'm not certain, but when I'm looking at this thing, I'm seeing an area here. This whole handle has like a radius to it, and then it's kind of like flattened out in here a little bit. And on this side here, somewhere in here, I'm feeling like a little bit of a bulge. And I'm wondering, and that's right about in the area of like where that would have been. And I'm wondering if when they must have had some type of a cheater bar slid onto the handle and pulling on it. And I'm wondering if the jaws bit in and this thing, if that's not like happened to be right where it bent and probably cracked and at some point in history finally fell off on this guy here. Would have been in there like that and it would have just popped all that off. I don't know. That's what I think I'm seeing, a little bit of a flat spot there, like where it would have stretched, and a little bit of a bulge over here where it would have compressed the steel. It's very subtle. I don't know. It's a pretty thick area of that handle. In here it starts getting wide, and it's like right about in here. So I don't know. You would think if they had a bar on there, however far the bar went up, that's where it would have bent. But who knows? Maybe that piece going around there gave it the leverage. But anyhow, that's what we got, and we're gonna try and get this guy straightened up a little bit. mocked up, I guess you can say. The welds need to be sanded down and blended in. Got to blend this in a little bit, you know, just to kind of smooth all that up. There's a little piece that goes in here that I got to add into it, and when I do that, guy, I'll grind these cracks out and weld them up. It's cracked on both sides here. Right there, you can see kind of oil coming out of it. I think this is like a cast steel. It welded a little funny, and I noticed when I was prepping it and ground it down, the sparks were different. It wasn't quite like cast iron, but it was different. So, and it just looks like it was cast. So, the way it was shaped and everything, I'll need to get another piece. I have some thicker stuff here to, on the other one over there. This piece that goes in here is pretty thick. So, but there we are. She's all looking better. So, till next time.